Welcome, Crows fans, air conditioners and inanimate carbon rods. It is Ali and Ant here with hashtag
TwoCrowsS03Ep21
TwoCrowsS03Ep podcast episode 21. Anthony back, loud, proud, and inanimate as always. How you going there, matey? Still fed up with the year that is and has been?
Just want it over.
You just want
one review results.
Yeah, review results.
That's what I'm hanging out for, Ali.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. We even put a poll out, and that was a very close second. I reckon if I voted, we would have got the review over the line.
I didn't vote for that one.
Didn't you?
No.
So you could have won the internet
I could
if you'd
have
done
actually.
it.
Prize to Anthony.
In all seriousness, though, before we crack onto the podcast, just all sympathies. Spud Danny Frawley,
Tragic
unfortunately, passed away in a car accident today up near his home near Ballarat. So some really sad news, and sympathies go out to everyone there, including one of our reviewers, Jason Dunstall, who he's friends with. So
great mates.
Yeah. So
terrible news.
Horrible news
56,
there.
Ali.
Only 56 yesterday. So
I was only watching him on Bounce the other night, actually, and Jason Dunstall, you know, as mates do, were trying to play pranks on each other.
As they always did.
Dunstall gave him a little cupcake with a candle in it.
For his birthday?
And it was one of those, for his birthday, it was one of those candles that, you know, if you blow it out, it keeps relighting itself. Yeah.
But that's at least had some good memories.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Sad news there, but we will move on with the podcast. We just wanted to make pay our respects.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tonight,
on behalf of Two Crows Footy.
Absolutely. Tonight we'll just have a look at it. Obviously, it's been a couple of weeks now since the game that was the finale of the year for the Crows versus Western Bulldogs, round 23. And I'll let Ant talk a bit about that. We'll also, over the course of it, Ant's got a bit of review on the season that was, talking about different aspects of the game, players, etc. We'll have talk about the review, that while it's up and under at the moment. A few of the things that have gone on since we've last been on the podcast. We have a song. Rob Chapman's got himself a song on Two Crows Footy, Ant. We've got a snippet recorded, and we'll slide it on in there, see what you think.
Shower, Ali, has he?
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's exactly what happened. Bit of news about Tex as well with the captaincy, and also some happy news for Tex as well. I want to have a look at the latest rumours, because everyone wants to know, scandal, slingback, sandal, what's going on with the latest gossip around the traps for the Crows players.
Yeah.
SANFL, one game away from being in a GF in the SANFL there. And we'll have a look at who we look forward to seeing getting games next year. And also have a quick look at the finals. We're not in it, so there's not a high level
I've got a little bit of interest, but in saying that, I'm not all that interested with football.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
You're fatigued, I think, is your
fatigued,
favourite word.
That's my word at the moment. And I'm actually fatiguing myself from that word, fatigue.
He's fatigued me from being fatigued. I used another F word to describe it, didn't I?
Yeah.
You were just fatigued.
Very.
But that's fair enough, mate. Okay, do you want to have a quick chat about the Western Bulldogs game really quickly? Band-Aid.
Well, it was 34 points, Ali. The Bulldogs got up by. They won their spot in the finals. Could have been a hell of a lot more.
Absolutely.
That first quarter, they come out of the blocks. They come out like...
That was it.
Hot men, didn't they?
But that, fair enough. They were on fire is what you meant to say?
That's it.
That's the one.
See?
I thought that's what you meant.
Told
Ant's a little bit tired and emotional too. He's fatigued. I've had about 3 hours sleep. I've been watching the Ashes.
You were saluting with the Aussies,
I was. At 3 o'clock this morning, it still seemed like a good idea. At 3:05, not so much. Not so much.
Police were here.
I'm still a little bit tired and emotional from that.
There's a lot of noise coming out of your laundry.
I was just happy that they won deliriously so. But anywho, any parts of the game you want to talk about? I mean, the game could have got away from us. We did pull it back. We won 2 quarters. Yeah. But it's the ones we lost that did the damage.
Oh, the first quarter was the damage, really.
Damage was done. Anyone hold their head up high?
From memory, I can't remember.
Don't care. Moved on.
Yeah, move right along here. Hashtag Two Crows Footy. We have come here with a lot of information tonight.
No, well, there isn't much more that we can say. That
really,
already
it
hasn't
was
been
2
done.
weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, and there's too little too late at the end of it.
Yeah, that's right.
If it'd blown out, you know, will the review show a different result? Like, there were a lot of if, buts and candy nuts attached to the outcome.
I was hoping it was going to blow out. Like
you just wanted to see change, just to change.
Can't chant it anymore, Ali.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Now, did you want to have a quick look at? You've done your own little review for the season.
Oh, it's Yeah.
He's got his notes here. It's like he's back at uni, people. I don't even know what uni looks like, so he's telling me it's what it looks like. It looks like just notes scratched on chicken paper by me, but Ant seems quite proud of it, and I'm proud of him for being proud of himself.
Oh, well, I can't actually quite see it properly,
Need my glasses,
because
mate.
the light's hitting I've come out of a laser printer, so it's reflecting.
Do you need my glasses, mate?
I can't. Right, here we go. I'll put them on.
Yeah, try one.
Oh, yeah.
Poor Ant. Is that better?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, very. He's put on my glass. Looks like he...
Professor here.
Looks like
Actually, I can
one of
see.
those teachers I would have
That
paid
actually-
out. I would have called you nerd.
Nerd.
Go for it. Easier?
Actually, it's taken the...
Shine off.
So, this
Go on
is
with
probably hindsight stuff.
2020 vision. Here we go. Anthony Nostradamus after round 23. Go.
Well, round 1, it appeared over.
With hindsight vision, it was all over round
in
1.
seriousness,
Yes, sir.
it did. There was some signs in the round 1 game against Hawthorn.
What signs?
Particularly around centre bounce work,
Yep, fair.
stoppages,
Yep,
our inability to keep the ball inside 50,
yep,
tackling inside 50,
yep.
was really good. Converting.
Yep.
So
Does seem a bit of a
those
trend.
signs. Backline
We
wasn't
got
as
scun
bad.
over the back a few times.
Yeah, we did in round 1. We did, but it wasn't as
So
bad
really
as
our whole
midfield,
year really could be summed up with that game.
essentially, because we went away from
Yeah, I'm
watching
sad.
us in the pre-season,
We played
totally
the
different
millionaires.
style, and then
What's
round
it-
1.
Why? That doesn't
Round
make
1,
sense.
we're totally different.
We went back to the old ways.
And then for some reason
Correct?
they was
We went back to the old
they
ways.
did. And then for some reason they were trying to manufacture different game styles as the year progressed, and it was.
Too
I
late.
understand that you need to be able to adapt for your opposition, but it was too late because you need to practice. You need to bed down a style.
Players were confused.
They were very confused, mixed messages.
And
They
so
didn't know
we-
their role.
But when you get confused, you don't know what to do, so you just stand there like a stunned mullet, aka Rory Atkins getting caught hold the ball at least once a game.
Yeah, exactly. And the biggest winning streak we went on was 4 wins.
Yeah.
And you can't do that in this competition. You need at least 6.
You need to get on.
eight-
You need to get it.
8 or
get
9
it flowing.
good consistent run of wins, and to obviously
We
make a
just
spot
had the
in the
runs.
finals. We did. We could only ever get on 1 or 2 wins. It was
That's
win
fair.
1,
After
lose
that,
1,
Yep.
or lose 4. It
Take your pick.
was really bad. And I just felt as though that the players weren't playing on any instinct. As Don Pike promised at the start of the year, that we want to make our
Fun?
players.
Who's having fun now?
Well, they're
Not
having
me.
too much fun. I don't know what they're doing. Don Pike come out at the start of the year and said that
Fun.
players are going to play on instinct, and we're going to bring the
Use
fun
their
back.
weapons.
Well,
I didn't
I
see
don't know
that.
what happened, and there was just so many concerns of where our list is currently at.
Yeah, go for it, mate. Keep going.
Well, I'll start with our forwards.
Mhm.
This was consistent and a big trend for the whole entire season.
Yep.
And I'm sure Ben Hart's ears were burning every time a game would finish, or even during game. Just our
I
inability
say
to...
wouldn't have waited till the end of the game.
No, just our inability to hold the ball inside 50. Repeat stoppages inside 50.
Players weren't bending over.
Players, there was nothing. There was nothing.
No
going.
chase.
There was no chase. There was no... They just didn't want to hold the ball inside 50. The ball would just come out so easily.
The players looked lazy. They weren't being lazy. It appeared that way.
Like
it looked like it.
Didn't it?
Like they didn't want the second efforts, repeat efforts.
Mm.
And they looked tired.
And that's work rate as well.
Mm.
Work rate, and probably also fitness, because I still have question marks over our fitness.
Same.
Eddie Betts,
Not happy. Didn't play well.
not at all. Josh Jenkins, very, very inconsistent.
Yep. Could be same. We
once
don't know. Hasn't really
That's
come
right.
out.
Tom Lynch, not sure what happened there.
Yeah. JJ, after he got injured, took a bit to come back.
Yeah.
Just like Cedo.
Yeah.
Cedo never
Yeah.
recaptured his form, and he was in ripping form before he
Lachlan
got injured.
Murphy was probably our only player that really applied defensive pressure. Tried to anyway, but
tried
it
to,
wasn't a holistic thing. The
No.
entire team didn't want to do it. Taylor Walker was was our best forward all year.
Yeah, and he didn't have a good one, did he? Well, they lined up against the All-Australian Tom Hawkins, who hasn't kicked a goal for
Bizarre.
nearly a month.
Bizarre, Ali.
Hasn't kicked a goal for nearly a month, Anthony. But he's All-Australian, don't you worry about
That's
that.
right, and the fact that Taylor Walker was our best forward and kicked 40-plus goals. Getting
43, wouldn't it?
no accolades, but does that
Oh, no,
really,
he's just getting smashed.
Does that... Well, it doesn't
Does it
run...
surprise you?
It doesn't run to the media's narrative, Ali. That's the
No,
thing.
true. Doesn't sell papers.
Doesn't get hits and clicks and likes.
That's
and
the one.
comments and all that stuff.
That is the one.
Our midfield, well, once again,
Oh, no, our midfield was... It has to be...
it was very one-dimensional.
With talent that we have,
Yeah.
individual talent, if you look at them on paper, you go, not a bad midfield. Applied that in real life.
Round 3, I thought Geelong
shocking.
was able to exploit our real lack
They
of ability
exposed us.
through there. It's just...
They
did.
provided the competition with the game plan on how
blueprint
the
to do
blueprint and how to
it.
beat us.
Absolutely.
And we never got past that.
A lot of the times we get caught running both ways. We couldn't run both ways sometimes, and
It's too slow.
very slow. Very, very, very slow.
Especially around the ruck taps and stuff. Opposition would just run in, grab the ball. Like you've said previously,
Get it on the
6-6-6
outside.
rule.
We didn't
never
adapt. We never
No.
adapted to those rules. Brad Crouch.
He'll win BNF. Oh, he's my money
He's
for BNF.
been probably our most consistent midfielder for the year, probably our most consistent player. So therefore, we'll probably win the BNF.
Yep.
Round
1, something else you didn't mention. Tom Duday went down round 1.
Yeah, he did. I did. I
Didn't
do
I
have
say?
that.
Didn't I say at the time? That's our season.
Yeah, you did. You
I
did.
didn't mean it, so don't take it seriously. But
I thought Cam Ella-Shulman,
he was good. He surprised
before
me.
he got injured, I thought he was
His 1 week injury.
outstanding and probably was the catalyst of our season, to be quite frank.
Yep. Him and Greenwood worked so well together.
Yeah, they did. And I think Hugh Greenwood was lost without him.
I think you could be right because any time Cam was out or vice versa, they seemed to they read each other very well.
Yeah, correct. Hugh Greenwood and Bryce Gibbs, as we just said, very well. Bryce Gibbs in particular, very indifferent. Not sure.
Is it they
personal
just couldn't?
stuff,
Or I don't know. Or did they just not bet him down in a single role like Miller Jr.
Yeah. Matt Crouch was okay, I thought.
Got a lot of it.
Got a lot of it. Just needs to work on that disposal a bit, I think, because he kicks across the body.
Yeah.
Too often he kicks across the body.
Yep.
Rory Atkins.
Shocking.
Probably should have been
Games.
dropped well before when he got dropped, really.
Yeah.
Paul Seaman was on fire before doing his knee, I felt.
Poor bugger. He just every time he looks to get right, and
Yeah.
that was just a weird injury.
Yeah,
But
very
he came
weird.
back from it.
Very weird.
Took him too long to get cracking.
Very
though.
weird. And our defence, Ali,
Yes.
overall, was probably our most consistent line for the year,
Even when it sucked.
even when it sucked. But then again, they did have a lot of ball to defend because our midfielders weren't running both ways, as I said
They were
earlier.
left often by themselves to deal with it themselves. It was like we had 3 totally separate teams within our team.
Yeah. Handing over, the way they'd hand over, and we watch that because we sit behind the ball a
Yeah.
lot of the time, or
Yep.
in front of the ball. That handing over just wasn't communicated properly. And I was yelling
Yeah,
out
you used to
earlier,
say that all
communicate,
the time.
communicate,
Yeah.
because they'd hand over, but they'd hand over to the wrong guy, and then an easy
And then
goal
crab
would be
walk,
kicked.
and then crabs.
Crab walk, kick
Yeah,
sideways,
crab.
all that stuff. But
Dump, kick, let the opposition mark it on the 50, kick a goal. Yeah, we know how it went.
Yeah, hat kick out, opposition would mark, they'd kick a goal, and then it's back to the
Rory
middle.
Laird was a victim of that.
Very
game
much
style.
so. Very much so. He was a shell of himself, Rory
I
Laird,
still
wasn't
don't
he?
understand. I
For a
was asking
two-time
Ed
All-Australian.
before what's happened there. So either he's off-field stuff as well within the club, because obviously there's players that are being impacted by whatever's going on that we don't know about.
And that's
And we
something
we
they
only
have
just
to get
gonna
to the
guess.
bottom of.
They need to sort it out, otherwise we're going to lose a heap of players. And right now, if we lose them, Ant, we lose them.
We lose them.
We've got to start again
That's
and build
just
the
football.
right culture. That's Ant saying at the moment. That's just football, Ali. Every time I want to talk about it, well, that's just football. We don't care until somebody cares about, it, and then I just go, "What do I say, Ant?"
That's just football.
Just to annoy him.
But one shining light, Ali,
Yes,
one
please.
positive for the season.
Please, tell
Daniel
me.
Talia being acknowledged in the squad
I've been
of 40.
smacking him all year until
So
the
have
last
I.
half. I'm pleased for him, but I was really shocked because I thought he had his colours lowered way too many times, but had a really good last quarter of the year. Brilliant. Back to DT of old
Yep.
and carried the team.
Kyle Hardigan was very maligned, Ali.
I plead the fifth.
But you...
I'm not going to say anything that may incriminate myself.
But
Just saying. I'm not going to add
he's an
comment.
interesting one.
Yeah, but he went from being brilliant to much maligned, as you
Jake
call it.
Kelly
Little bull.
signed 2 years.
I'm actually really happy about that.
Only
He's
guy
got several elite marks there.
about him.
There's some what?
Eliteness about him.
Eliteness, is that your new word?
Yes, it's just football.
It's just football with eliteness.
No, in all seriousness, he was probably the only player for our side that actually showed care.
I told you
Genuine
that.
care, and actually looked like he was hurting.
Yep.
And was playing for the jumper.
Yep.
Some of these other players, for us,
You questioned.
you do question. Absolutely.
We won't throw him under the bus, but...
Brody Smith, well, he's still capturing his best form, but I did like it when they put him in the middle. And centre forward, Ali, I like that a lot.
But he's also coming back from a knee, Rico, so he had a little bit of leeway, you know?
Yeah. Wayne Miller,
very
very reflective of the team. They just need a next year Ali really bed him down in his spot.
Sort him out and let him get on with it.
Because it's actually hampering his career.
Absolutely. I want to see the iguana in action.
Oh, absolutely. Alex Keith won't be with us in 2020, but was in All-Australian form before doing his ankle. And Tom Duday, well, that was just depressing. Disappointing.
I was nearly in tears because I was so looking forward to seeing him play.
You're right, I think that was our season.
Yeah. Because the backline was under siege. I mean, it was great because Keith got the opportunity and he took it with both hands. And if he's one player I would like to keep because he's hard at it, he's contested, he can take a contested mark.
I think he's a very good face for the football club.
He's very professional.
Very professional.
Yep.
And I do, like the three players I don't want to lose. Fogarty, Miller and Duday. Yep. The others, all the rest...
And there's some we know that aren't moving on, but yeah.
No,
it won't be as many as people think.
Those three I
reckon about 5.
Wouldn't want to lose.
Oh, wait, 5.
You reckon?
Yeah.
That's your
5.
5 players by Ali?
Yep.
I'll just write that down, even though that I'll lose these pieces of paper.
You'll claim it. We'll claim it.
Oh, yeah.
What else you got?
Oh, what else have I got?
He's got paper. Listen to it. It's very official. Come on, Ant. Keep talking.
Well, the coaches, Ali.
Well, how long we got?
The coaches.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Are you all ears? Don Pike,
yes.
for mine,
yes,
needs to change. Needs to change his game style.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Needs to change his personality.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Yeah.
Keep going, I'm agreeing.
Needs to change his personality. And I do believe that he needs to start uniting this group because at the moment we don't look like a united...
Something going on in there. I don't know who it is. We can all guess it.
Synergised group.
Synergised. There's no
love. There's no love.
Yeah.
There's no love within the group. There's no care.
Well, it appears that way. It certainly appears that way. It's all every man for himself.
Very individual.
It looks like the players were that scared. You know, like if you ever seen a workplace where you get someone that comes in and everyone's getting cracked, right? And someone's going to get the axe, and you don't want it to be you. So what do you start doing?
Pass the blame.
You pass the blame around, and you protect yourself, and you look after your own
back door.
Exactly. Got to look after your own paddock before you worry about anyone else, which I think is reflective of our team. Something somewhere has put that pressure on the players. And you know what? They might have needed it, but it might be how it's been done.
But that's right. How is it being...
It's precipitated everything else that's going
on. Scott Camperali. Now, Ali, we've heard stories about him, but we won't talk about that.
No.
But we have heard stories about him. He needs the boot.
If that is true, what we've heard...
I think he needs the boot. He's been in the football club...
Well, not the boot. He needs a change.
He needs a change of scene.
Outside
all right, let's be a bit more
Adelaide.
respectful. We'll say that he needs a new change. He needs a sea change.
He needs a sea change. He needs to drop anchor somewhere else.
He's our strategy coach. And our strategy's shit.
Sucked.
Essentially.
Sucked. Yeah, that's the word you're looking for.
Benjamin Hart.
Homeless man.
The homeless man.
He's
Hashtag TwoCrowsS03Ep21.
Yeah, got to present professionally.
Elite.
Anywhere. If you're repping the club, you expect fans to go in there wearing their hat and their Guernseys and their shirts and their whole... No, but you know what I mean, your scarves. You're representing the club. And people go all out to represent their club. I do not like one of our coaches showing up like they've just crawled out of bed and grabbed whatever clothes were on the floor, put them on and gone out for a media presser.
Imagine the armpits. Cool.
But you know what I mean? It does
Oh,
not.
but what about that
look.
dirty cap he was wearing?
Yeah, it's
Looked
not
like
a good
he'd just
look.
been pulled that from
grab
the
a new cap.
mechanics.
If that's your favourite one, grab a brand new
Just
one.
whip into
whack it on
Chromania
your
and
head.
grab another one.
I'm
Easy.
sure they'll help you out.
Easy. Benjamin Hart. You
It's-
need the boot too.
and,
you need a sea change.
It's a sea change. Let's just call it a sea change.
All right.
Because our forward line has not functioned properly for the last couple of years. Sorry, Ben. Love you as a player, but you need a sea change. Campo, you've been with us for 10 plus years. You've seen us through some awesome things. Thank you for your service. Sea change.
And Two Crows can't be any more stronger on this.
Sea change. Titanic.
Marty Matner.
Yep.
I think
okay.
Jake Kelly's actually flourished under him.
Yep. I think he's getting that backline. The backline, we're doing a lot of yelling at each other, but again, that could be the overall arching thing. But it started
definitely.
happening. It started.
Maybe
Sea
Cole
change.
Hardigan needs a sea change.
It's a sea change. Put him down as a sea change. Here we go. Sea change. Here we go. Writing down names for a sea change. I think he'll work out. I don't know if Mick Godden's had enough run out.
No, I was about to get to him.
No.
What's the go there?
Yeah, I don't think. Has he had a fair run at it?
No,
What's
because
he allowed
I think
to say
Campo,
and do? Like, how much control has he had over the midfield?
Yeah.
So, but anywho, what else you got there, mate?
Oh, my mate.
Oh no, just initials. Media trained.
I can't do that.
Okay.
Brett Burton.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
do we do about him, Ali? Does he needs a big sea change?
It's a big sea change indeed. Yeah, sea change.
Yeah.
Sea
Greek
change.
Islands.
Yeah, I don't care.
Out of this nation,
Yeah,
maybe.
just away from West Lakes
Just
and North Adelaide.
catch you later, buddy.
Yeah, I think just the damage has been done. Even if he's righted some of his wrongs, allegations of wrongs, we should be very specific there. I think the damage and the tarnish to his name. Tarnish, is that a word?
Yeah, it's a little bit.
His name's been tarnished much.
It's been put through the old.
And you can be as stubborn as you like, and you can back the boys in to improve and get along.
And you can sound like
we've heard that 1,000 times. We're going to back the boys in.
Oh yes, we have.
And to get a response. Back the boys in to get a response. They've been doing it with the staff, have been doing it with the players, and things aren't working. So now it's time to make changes.
Correct.
Sea changes.
Good sea changes.
Yeah.
For the betterment of the football club, Alex.
And that's all I care about.
Yeah.
We're here for the long haul.
That's right.
Coaches, directors
We're
of
the
football.
custodians, Ali.
All of the people above are there. We're there for well and truly past that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
What do you call it? What's the word? Custodians.
Custodians,
Yeah.
we are.
Yep. Anyway, next. Who else needs a sea change? Oh, see, I don't know. That one I don't know. I would have said last year I would have, broken my ankle, jumping to conclusions, but has he righted the wrongs? Because we haven't had the injuries this year.
No,
We've
but
had
I
some
don't
weird
think our
stress-
conditioning's right.
We've had some weird stress injuries. There's my, we're in the middle of a stress reaction. I could do a song about that, eh? Yeah, that one, the jury's out. And how many can you turn over?
Yeah. Steve Saunders
I think he's had a positive impact on the group.
with his Kangatank.
I think Kangatek has helped out. How many hamstrings we had?
No, we've been pretty good in that space.
Exactly. I think it's just working it out with the players. Next.
No, that's all I've got here.
Oh, the chairman.
Yeah, but that's not really coaching staff.
No,
that's
true.
more
that.
admin. That's
Yeah.
senior management.
Yeah.
But
When we get to the review, I suppose we can address
Andrew
that.
Fagan and Chapman. What's his name?
Chappy.
Chapman. What's his name? Rob Chapman.
Rob Chapman. Just Chappy.
Robert
Chapman.
Rob Chapman.
Yeah.
What do you think of him?
Well, he's carried the club through some dark times, but
Another one
he's
who's been there
a
for
constant.
10 plus years.
Yeah, he's
with Campo.
into his 10th year. I think the sea change, and I know he was going at the end of next year, but I think it could actually be pulled forward.
Yeah.
I think
hope
it
so.
could be. I think just for the good of the club, and I reckon he'll do the right thing by the club. I'm hoping he will.
Yeah.
But let's face it, we might as well go into it. The review is going to be what changes everything. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Hopefully, because we need.
If the
change.
club's serious, Ali, they will run this
They are serious.
very, very well.
Listening to them, Rue, Fags, et al., I would believe that they really want to get to the bottom of this because it can't continue as it is.
No, because they will lose members and they will lose
Absolutely, they'll lose members.
attendances. We were top 5 for attendances this year.
Yep. So
fans just want to know that there's going to be really, really sound change, Ali.
And positive change.
Not
just change for change's sake.
Correct.
And
good people.
So
getting good people in.
The review, the panel, we got Tim Gabbett,
Yep.
Jonah Oliver,
Yep.
Jason Dunstall,
Yep.
which of course maybe now there may be a time off.
Bit of a time off there, so that might prolong the review a bit.
Finally got Pavlich down to Westlake.
I'm sick of seeing that.
No, I know, but it's funny. It was funny the first time I
It's very
off,
funny.
Mm.
But now everyone's using it.
I know, you know.
It's fatiguing.
Oh God, it's just football, Ian. So the review itself, it's underway.
We hope it is.
No, it is. It's underway. Everyone's in town. I'm actually happy. They said it could take 5 or 6 weeks, but then they were hoping to make it 3 or 4 weeks because obviously there's list management decisions, there's coaching decisions, there's game plan decisions. You got people on holidays. People deserve a break.
Oh.
They've got to get things sorted. Sorry to keep you awake, mate.
I'm fatigued.
Does that make sense, though?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So, but they want to make the best decisions, but at the same time they want to push it through. But they're also going with, well, actually, they don't want to push it through too hard because if you could get it wrong really quickly and make some big mistakes. And especially if you're going to make coaching changes, you've got to be in the market.
And head of football changes.
Well, 31st of October, that's when coaches' contracts run out. There you go.
Okay, that's good. Mm-hmm. That's very good. Okay.
So that
what about head of football?
I don't know how that works, depending on if you get someone stepping up, depending on if he moves. We might have people move sideways as well. Because remember, not all the change will happen in the first year.
No, but there has to be some change.
There has to be, even if it's symbolic.
Even if it
has to be something to get fans back on board.
Oh, absolutely. And actually trust the football club.
That has to be earned.
And how are they going to...
No, trust cannot just be...
It just can't
I used to give it, and I'll be honest now, it has to be earned. I personally, and I'm only speaking for me, they have to earn it back because we've heard, it's the boy who cried wolf. We've heard too many times, that's not true, that's not true, that's not true. Oh, wait, it is true.
Yeah.
And so where do you draw the line and say, okay, what do I believe?
Yeah.
So, and I think a classic example of that was the salacious, I'm going to use that word, salacious rumours about a questionnaire that came out. Allegedly the players got given and there was a question on there that was misleading and a negative, drew automatic negatives, like push polling, I think they call it.
Undermining the coach.
Yeah, but they framed it in such a way that it looked like it was trying to get a negative response about the coach, which would obviously for some people...
Well, that's a media... The media's love driving up pressure on
But the whole club
coaches.
And players that they've spoken to have come out and said, no, that is not true. So is someone feeding lies to see where the leak is? I'm hoping that's actually the case and that person goes. Because
how do they
just tell different people different stories and see which ones get out in the media.
Oh, yeah.
Then you track it back from there. You don't think that's been done before? Definitely on board there with that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Then you've got all the rumours of players that want out.
Oh, well, we're not going to have a list up.
We are not going to have Ant and I playing in the forward pockets.
Oh, and that's dangerous. I'll need about 5 years in the gym.
Yeah, just to get a muscle. I'm going to need 5 years in the gym to get back to fighting weight. Oh, but there's stuff like that. Like the whole idea of players running. Yes, there's going to be some changes. I think that there's changes we don't know about or haven't been rumoured yet. Or they've only been little whispers.
Yeah.
Do I think we're going to get a big name this year?
No.
No, we're not a destination club.
Oh, absolutely. I don't even think
unless
we're an attractive
prospect. Big change off field that made us an attractive prospect. I think it's going to be players that want a bit more opportunity that might come to us.
Yeah.
Or we're going to go hard at the draft.
I think we go to the draft.
I mean, my fantasy was always Luco, but I think that's a pipe dream. What about the club? I'll give you 2 words why Lukosius may not come to us, and as I just alluded to, was Josh Renko.
Yeah.
Left under very negative circumstances, so I don't think he'd be painting the club in a positive light, and that's as his right to do.
But the club isn't in a positive light at the moment anyway.
Exactly. So my prediction is Port are going to make a big bold play for him. Probably will trade a player in of theirs and they'll use those picks to get Luco just to burn us twice as much. I don't want that to come true. I don't want that to be But
yeah, we don't.
No, not at all. I'll tell you one thing I did like. Talk about things we didn't
positive
like.
stuff, Ali.
Positive stuff. There was an interview with Daniel Talia and I lowered myself to listen to Kimbo on the Rooch because I wanted to listen to DT talk.
What's that radio station like? Not as good as Two Crows.
Not, absolutely not. But I wanted to listen to DT. And if I didn't hear a million times he was out talking to crowd, signing autographs and handing out free footballs, I heard that 5,000 times. Thank you, Kimbo. But DT talked about his wife being from South Australia, and he actually counts himself as a South Australian now.
Oh, really?
And no one hit up on that. And I'm like, having a player, like an all-Australian player of ours from Victoria, who's in our leadership group, sit here and goes, no, I'm a South Australian now. I thought that was bloody awesome, Daniel.
It is nice.
And no one picked up on it, and I'm like, because it doesn't, you want someone to say, oh no, but I'm still a Victorian at heart. That would have been plastered everywhere. The fact that he counts himself. So DT, I think, and the way he spoke, he could mind the seat, but we still got to have a look. And obviously we've had Tech stand down, and I think for his own mental health. And the positive news is him and Ellie are expecting a baby in November.
That's nice.
So at the moment we've got Sloane. Now, Sloane's come out and said, and he was devastated, when Tex told him. And he's automatically come out and said, when people have asked, are you going to be captain next year? He said, well, it depends on what structure. He said, I don't know what's going to happen at the end of the review, basically.
It's up in the air, isn't it?
It could change totally. They might go with youth.
Yep.
And we could be the baby Crows.
We could be.
And I'd be interested in that because I don't think we've ever been that.
No, but I like it.
Yeah. It's something, this is a new experience for us as Crows fans. We haven't bottomed out before.
And I'm happy to sit through it.
You won't be, but at the moment we'll say we will be.
No, I'll be content.
If we know we're moving forward.
If I can see that we're competitive.
If we're not doing a 10-year rebuild.
If we're not doing a Melbourne.
A 10-year rebuild.
Yeah, like a Carlton.
Yeah,
they've been doing it for 20.
Yeah, 20-something years. But does that make sense?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Get it right. Get it right on and off the field.
Yep.
Well, they've got it pretty well right off the field.
Future captains. I just want to... Let me find
Future captains, I can tell you.
Oh, I know who I want it to be, and I think you and I are on the same page there with Tom Duday down the track. But coming back after an ACL, there's no way he's going to be slotted into captain.
No.
I don't even think it's vice. I think it could go Rory with DT as vice.
Yep.
I would actually like to see DT maybe. I wasn't a fan of it, but hearing him speak, he has so much passion and speaks very well, yes. Does he get a crack at it? Because who else is there? I don't think Matt has flourished under the leadership group.
He's a hothead.
But, yeah, no, I don't think he could be. He'd be a vice captain.
Kyle Hardigan.
And what made you bring a sea change up?
Just being a smarter.
Oh, right, okay. So who else? No, seriously, who have we got at the club that could stand up? Exactly. There isn't anyone. Now, we've been known for is recruiting these players with leadership capabilities, which, of course, are the first players that tend to leave. So, you've got Jones is young.
Roddy Smith.
Could. No, it doesn't stand out to me. If anyone listen to the potty, tweet us who you think should be captain and vice captain, because I think they will go 1 and 2 again.
They'll go that structure again.
I actually prefer that. So
do I don't like that.
Maybe that's why I'm saying it.
The co-captains work for Sydney, but not for us.
No. When we heard the argument, I was on Rowing Bix actually, and the argument that they had was, you don't have two CEOs, you don't have two bank managers or directors, you don't have two queens, you don't have two prime ministers.
You don't have two Allies on Two Crows.
No, you don't have two ants, anything like that. Because there has to be someone that takes the ultimate responsibility. And to me, this year, Tex has still taken all the responsibility.
Yeah,
whenever anything went to poo,
football club.
And to me, Rory should have stepped up during that time.
I agree with that.
And now with Tex standing back, someone has to fill that void. And I want to see someone that's strong enough to take the bull by the horns.
Particularly with our football club.
Absolutely.
Scrutiny's always
huge
on us.
Well, I think Rory's escaped scrutiny totally this year.
Oh, absolutely he has. He didn't have a very, very, very good year at all.
So something's going to happen there. I'll be interested with that. Eddie Betts, just if you're still eligible to vote for Goal of the Year. He's up there. Get in there and vote. Go onto another device. Go back tomorrow. Vote again. Vote again and vote again. I've voted about 5 or 6 times already. I'm into it. Oh, yeah, I'm all over it. I'm all over it. Oh, just quickly, speaking of changes we haven't talked about board level. We haven't talked about Mark Rashudo, because that's another one where people have been calling for change. Is you mentioned earlier about, Chappy getting caught singing in the shower. But as an homage to our beloved chairman, I've concocted a little... It's just a play on a song. So it's not done professionally, and you'll understand that when you hear it, but it's just to give you a little idea of a little song. It's called Chappy. I thought that was quite simple.
Yeah.
And you may have heard it before. It's a little ditty that's gone around. Would you like me to play it for you?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. I'll play it for you now.
Thank
Try
you.
this here. Listen to Chappy.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. The review is here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. I'm still the chair and I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm Chappy, clap along if you feel that your fans have hit the roof. Because I'm Chappy, clap along if you feel that you have to hide the proof. Because I'm Chappy, clap along if you know just what you have to do. Because I'm Chappy, shut your mouth or you'll end up just like poor old Roo.
Poor chaps.
Ali, good old Two Crows radio these days, aren't we?
Getting all over it here.
Two Crows radio.
Getting all over
You're
it there.
listening to Two Crows radio.
Yeah, I've got another one too for next week.
Have you?
Yep. Or whenever we do the next potty.
Oh.
Sam's actually been a little bit sick. So he had a bit of a head cold, had a bit of man flu, nearly lost him, but he's back fighting fit.
Yeah.
Just fighting.
Still going strong.
Latest rumours, whispers.
Rumour.
Talk about it.
Rumour.
Woo, what are you
Rumour.
hearing? Talk to me.
Rumour. Rumour.
Rumour. Okay, latest rumours doing the round for tracks
I'm sure
and
there's
everything
plenty
else.
of those, Ali, for the Crows in particular.
I'm just going to bed down a couple because until the season's over, I reckon there's going to be a lot more, correct?
Oh, yes.
And they're going to get worse.
Anything about the Crows,
Yeah.
anything to put the Crows
So,
into a negative
Alex
spotlight,
Keith.
Ali.
Quite easy.
Gone. I will say he's
I will
gone.
say pretty much gone. Saints, done a tour of the Saints. Believe the doggies are heavily
Had a
into him.
medical at the Dogs.
Dogs as well.
And Saints, yep.
Oh, dogs. I didn't know about the dogs. Okay.
Dons are very high. Dogs very highly likely.
Well, I would if I was him. That was where I'd want to go. But I was thinking people keep going, oh, the Saints don't have the pick. They got pick.
They got 5 and 40.
5 and 55.
Oh.
And they've got nothing in between. I'm like, they'll trade out players.
Of course they will.
They can do different things. People keep looking at what the landscape is now. What the landscape is now and during trade week is going to change dramatically.
Yeah.
If he chooses there, depending on how much filthy moolah they're chucking at him, we'll see. So, Keith, Saints and Dogs, I reckon he'll go. I would like him to say Greenwood, Gold Coast Suns, Hawthorn, and a little sniff from Brisbane, apparently.
Who's that? Greenwood.
Yep, Hugh Greenwood.
Okay.
Cam Ellis-Yeoman, that's the latest one today that's come out. Apparently he wants out.
Okay.
He's got a 1-year contract offered in front of him. He'll probably... got no idea. It's just come out. There's no real...
Oh, he's only got 1 year in front of him.
Yeah, I think that's what we offer him year by year. Source. Now, Cam Ellis-Yeoman is an unrestricted free agent, I believe. Source is an unrestricted free agent. Source, GWS, Geelong, and now Carlton today have come up. He's done a bit of a tour, but he could be catching up with Teague or anyone. Like, they all want to blow it up to be this big thing. But he's an unrestricted free agent, walks to whichever club he wants to go. So, I salute you.
Sea change.
Eddie Betts, he says he wants to stay. He's contracted. We say we want him to stay. He's contracted. But the rumours keep persisting with Carlton and Gold Coast Suns. He's got his family, etc., etc. Source has already come out and said he doesn't want to leave South Australia, so I do find that interesting. So that's apparently they're trying to alleviate the pressure off Betts at the moment, I believe.
Yeah. Okay.
And then as soon as trade period starts,
he
can say what he does and go again. Out of contract and yet to sign, we've still got Knight and McCain and a few others that I was actually surprised we signed on Wilson for 1 year on a rookie contract. So that happened at the time with Kelly.
He's been alright in the SANFL.
Yeah, SANFL. So we need some depth there. Retired, obviously we know Dougsy and Orton have retired. Don't know about any others at the moment. SANFL.
Yeah,
Cracked.
good win against the Reddies.
Yeah, had a few players come back into the team that were missing from the week prior, like Butsy,
Strawn,
Hunter, and who else came back? Someone else.
I like that Seymour.
Butsy. Jordan. Yeah, good old Seymour Barnes. He had a good game. Dr. Scholl had a good game. I tell you what, Ned, Flanders, McHenry had a cracking game.
3 goals.
4.
4?
Yeah.
Nice.
Got another one right at the end
He kicked
there.
the first goal for that
Yeah,
game.
I saw that. That was
It's a
brilliant.
ripper.
You said McAdam played well. I missed the first bit.
He kicked 4 goals as well, I think. 3 or 4.
That's brilliant. And also Stengel was up and about. He started right in the square.
Yeah, he's playing in the guts.
I thought that was quite interesting.
So did, and Fogg's had a couple of shots through the guts.
Fogg had a couple shots on Griggs' head. He got away with that.
You got a fine.
Yeah, I found that interesting that he got a fine. Actually, no, I don't. The Port lad got
Both of them.
Aiden Johnson, but you could see he went in. The guy wasn't even there.
He did.
So he
That's
got one.
the second
match ban.
time now he's been suspended.
Well, they're challenging them both.
Oh, of course they are.
Yeah. Well, it's for a grand final, so what he got to lose. The other one was Frampton. Have the Crows been listed as being anybody? We've just heard Frampton, and the latest one's Dougal Howard, but it's all rumours at the moment. We've also heard Porter into Bryce Gibbs, and you wouldn't think that would really happen. So,
Really?
yeah, it's silly season, so
He'd
it's
be
going
the
to get
type of player for him, though.
it's going to get sillier and sillier. Who to look forward, Anthony?
Yes.
To getting games into next year.
Oh.
So we make some changes.
I look forward to this.
We need to make changes so we can get these changes in. Would that be fair? Give them
Agreed.
games. So Ant and I have had a quick look. These are the ones. I've got one main one there that I haven't even written in because he only played 3 games. First was Fogg. Has to get games next year.
How many games did he play this year?
2 or 3? 3.
No, he played more than that.
No, he didn't.
I reckon he played 5.
No, I don't think so.
You don't reckon?
No, he didn't come in
Okay.
when Jenkins was out, did he?
No, but I thought he had a good run at it in the back end.
I think you're delusional, but that's okay. Jones.
Maybe because he was so impactful,
He was. I thought he played 3, but I could be wrong. Jones.
Yes.
Chase Jones.
Yep.
Fair bit of toe about him. Like it.
I haven't seen it yet.
I saw him do some brilliant things during that game, and the chase down and the tackles and the pressure. All stuff that we've been missing. McHenry.
Oh, absolutely.
Can't wait. Stengel.
Yep.
McAdam.
Oh, yes.
I reckon he could be that little
He's
bit of
that-
X factor that
he's
we haven't seen.
He's that hybrid forward.
Yep. Gooch, who should be a mainstay in the team by now. Either he's in
There's
or he's
another
out.
one that the coaches need to really find his spot for because I reckon that's
Otherwise
the
he's
thing
gone.
that's hurting him.
Yep. Because he can play football.
Yeah, he kicked a
can
good
kick them
goal
from
on the
50.
weekend.
So, to me, he's got Dougsy's role.
Yeah, I agree there.
Dr. Scholl, we've mentioned him, and Seymour
Great
Butts.
kick. I like him with ball in hand.
He's a very good decision maker. Butsy, I don't know if he'll get a game. He might get if something happens.
Probably needs to put on a bit of size, but gee, he's a good boy. He's a good player.
Duday.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Can't wait to see the dudes back. And at least he'll have a good pre-season, hopefully, uninterrupted. And obviously Darcy Fogarty.
Foggy.
And I'm sure there's some others in the list
Fogger.
that hopefully... Holkin that's been playing well, but I'll be honest, I just don't
Paul
see
looks
it.
like he's leaned down a little bit.
But he keeps leaning down, but I just
He
can't
looked
see
quick
him.
on the weekend.
Yeah.
He was running down the western, eastern side of the
I
ground.
just-
I thought, whew,
I haven't seen enough.
he was smoke coming
No,
off
I
his
haven't
shoes.
seen enough. I don't think he can make it
Maybe
at AFL
because
level.
it just...
It says NFL, so it's hard to...
well, he was running very quickly. But there's a couple of top-up players I like in that
Oh, you know
Crows
who I
development
love?
squad.
Boyle.
Yeah, and I
Boyle,
like that.
Boyle,
I like that
Boyle.
James Matthews.
Yeah, Matthews has got some toe about him.
Did you see he's running that goal he kicked?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
It's pretty good. And
Wow.
they're fast and they're aggressive.
Wow.
Things that we haven't had, and pressure.
That was a player that
Pressure
said
players.
pressure players, but
Yep.
that was a player that was, no, I'm just going to take this on.
Yep.
We don't have those sorts of players.
Backed themselves in.
We don't have those sorts of
Well,
players who want to play
They've
on
been whipped
instinct.
into submission, our players this year.
They do that. They've been doing that though, the Crows.
I'm just saying.
And I don't like it. Let them just come in and be themselves.
I agree with that.
And then you can really build a game style around that.
I agree with you, Anthony.
Just let them come in and be themselves.
So anyway, the Crows smacked Norwood.
Oh, yes.
Now, this has really upset all the SANFL faithful.
The purists.
The purists, who keep forgetting that neither the Crows have made a grand final in there.
Apparently we don't take finals seriously. Have you heard that one?
Well, we haven't played... No, see, Port needed followers, members. They played 17 AFL-listed players on the weekend. We're missing... We didn't play Sauce. We didn't play Greenwood. We had heaps of players that could play in that game, but they didn't. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So they said we're not taking it seriously. Well, we've got players that actually want to go out and play AFL at other clubs. They're not going to run the risk of damaging themselves. No, and I understand that. The others, if they're staying with Port, they're covered either way, so it doesn't really matter to them.
I think Sauce will end up at the Giants.
Yeah, that would not surprise me. Would not surprise me at all.
I'd be surprised with Carlton, because that's going the other way.
It seems to be going backwards. Like I said to you, it's like we get Carlton players, play them as champions, get the best out of them. When we've wrung them dry, they take them back. It doesn't make
Bizarre,
sense.
isn't it?
Yeah, but
Bizarre, Ali.
wait till the silly season stuff. Imagine the stuff we're going to have for the silly season. But should we have a quick look at the finals? So next week, we've got to play in the SANFL. We're playing Glenelg for a spot in the GF to go against Port Magpies. I'm actually not sure if we do, to be brutally honest. And I think Glenelg deserve a crack at the GF.
Yes, and beat those Magpies.
The Lattes. Oh, they're not even Lattes. They're Port Magpies. So, would I love to see the Crows versus Port? Yeah, but...
Would you go?
Oh, I'd like to think I would, but here we are.
I'd give it a look.
Yeah, I'd like to see Glenelg because I think they've been down for so long, and to see them back up, they got some great players in there, and then they're going to lose talent, So
yeah. Now, who's that young guy who
Will
played?
Gould.
You're not sure about him. He's not the sort of player we need.
Yeah, I saw that somewhere.
I don't reckon we need him.
And well, you always need good players.
It's not quick, but I'd take Dylan Stevens.
Yeah, they reckon he's pushing his stocks up quite high.
I'd take him.
Should we have a look at the...
Yes, let's
AFL.
do it for the week one of the finals.
Okay, first game was Wet Toast versus the Bombers. That was a non-event. Very happy for me, though. 116-61, 55 points. West Coast Eagles defeated the Bombers. And they've come out, though, and said his job is safe for 2020. So let's see what changes with the signings within the club, whether that's a good or a bad thing. Wet Toast are going off, or we'll get down. We'll go to next game. Next game was the game of the round, realistically. The old Pussycats went down to the Pies by 10 points. The only reason it was 10 points because Pies didn't kick anything in the final. But the Pies kicked the first 5, I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah. Smacked the Cats.
No, they smacked those.
Had like a little bird collar on them, and they just could hear them coming. Meow. Yep. Geelong straight sets is my fantasy.
Oh, I think they will go straight
I'll back the Pies in. Wet Toast.
The
I thought the Bullies might get the next one.
The MCG doesn't hold any fear for the West Coast Eagles anymore.
That's good.
Geelong's
home game.
Ali.
Oh, what are your thoughts on the dispute between the outfits, the clashing of the Guernseys?
I found it a bit hard, but only when it was that zoomed out view. I struggled.
So, which most people would have been watching if sitting at the G.
So I did struggle with that.
I heard Eddie's comments about the gentleman's agreement with Frank Costa, and I'm like, hang on a minute, whose home game was it? Geelong's. Geelong should be able to wear whatever they want, and the Magpies have to wear an away Guernsey. Simple as that, isn't it?
No, all the Magpies had to do was wear black shorts, and it would have worked out. But they had white shorts on.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
Idiots. No, the Guernsey still clash for me. I still thought that was...
But the thing is that I watched him in the 2010 grand final, 2011 grand final. Same thing, but I didn't struggle. I don't know. And it's actually the first time I noticed the other night that I struggled watching it. I
reckon it's the darkness of the colours in there. Because it normally does not clash. I agree with you. Normally
I've never noticed it.
Giants versus Bulldogs, non-event in the end. They bullied the Bulldogs.
They bullied them, all right.
And they smashed them and bashed them, and Toby Green got off.
You know what they did really well?
Off a charge.
Yeah. You know what they did really well, the Giants? They took away Bulldogs' handball game.
And how did they do that?
They just got in really close to them.
Okay, so forced them into
Yeah.
making mistakes.
No, getting it on the boot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
So that's one thing I
Are they
noticed.
surprised
And then
you? Are you waiting for them to fall over still?
they
Giants?
surprised me on the weekend with the way they were able to really
Be aggressive.
and be really assertive with the opposition. It was
It's not Giants' way, is it?
not. No, they wanted to get down and dirty, which was.
Are you surprised
interesting.
Toby Green got off on his charge?
It was a bit. Yeah, I am.
I thought he'd get a week. Other things
I
like
didn't
that.
see eye gouging, but it was a bit over the top.
Oh, he was going for the face. You can't forget that he
He
went
was.
for the
He
face.
was. That was a man.
But they would have been able to see
Bonds.
his face if it was scratched or not.
De Boer did a fantastic job on Bontempelli, but I did like Luke Beveridge's tactic. He's very good tactically, Luke Beveridge.
Chris Scott could learn some things from him.
They put Bontempelli in the ruck.
Yeah, to get him away from the tagger.
Yeah, really good. And they started to get him, here's my word, field position.
Yes, drink. Field position.
And they got really good shape around the stoppage. It was good. I guess that's field position.
Exactly. And the final game of the round is probably a bit of a fizzer.
I was hoping this is
all
going to
I'm
be a
sick
great
of
game.
hearing now is Richmond Tigers because they're the only ones that can win it.
I think they will win it.
Smack the Lions. I think the Lions just, pardon the language, shat the nest. Because they had more scoring shots. They had more scoring shots. And a lot
it would have been,
gettable.
if you're a Lions supporter, you would have been really, really frustrated because they were in all of, they were in that game, but except for the scoreboard.
Yep.
Except the scoreboard.
Charlie, he got worn with a grime suit. And he just could not get away from it. Fagan told him to settle down. Because he was just getting too worked up. And I think if you can get in Charlie's head, you've got him.
Oh, because he wants to be the man.
Yeah. But if he can't get his way, like as in he can't break free and get away, he seems you can get in his head mentally and you can... And I think that's what Grimes has done now.
Yeah.
Has Grimes shown a way for people to get into Charlie Cameron?
I think so.
Is bullying a bit? Because if you let him get out in the lead, you ain't going to catch him.
Oh, his speed's going
So you got to get him and hang him and scrag him and frustrate him and get him.
A bit like what Stratton's done really well with Betts.
Yes. Yep. And Buse.
Yeah, Jed Buse does it as well.
He did as well. So we got Richmond have got the week off. Collingwood have got the week off. I think they could be the eventual two that could play off in the GF. If not, it'll be West Coast.
West Coast and Richmond.
And Richmond, it could definitely be the go. But first game we've got is West Coast versus Geelong.
At the MCG on Friday night.
I'm backing West Coast in just because I want them to win.
You know what?
Straight sets.
Hashtag straight sets. Hashtag Two Crows footy predictions.
Hashtag
Geelong gets stuffed.
Hashtag suck it.
Geelong.
Yep.
Take no ruckman in again, please.
Yep. Yeah.
Chris Scott's
please do that again.
Too smart for his own right.
He needs a sea change as well.
Good, Ali. He's a smart bum.
Then we've got the Lions versus Giants. Yep.
Up at the Gabba.
On
Saturday. At the Gabatoir.
What do you reckon? That game will actually be fascinating.
At the Gabatoir, Ali.
Yeah, it wasn't the Gabatoir so much, wasn't it?
No. I'm tipping Lions.
You reckon they'll come back?
Yep, and they'll play Richmond. No, Collingwood. They'll play Collingwood, and then if West Coast win, they'll play Collingwood. No, they'll... Yes.
No, whoever wins this plays Richmond?
I think so. Hang on.
Let's have a look.
Collingwood will play... Yeah, so West Coast will play Richmond.
Yep.
And then Brisbane, if they win, will play Collingwood. And then I think... it's that way.
Go West Coast.
So West Coast they'll be in Melbourne no matter what if they win.
Yeah.
So they might as well just stay. If they win, they might as well just stay in
Absolutely
Melbourne
climatise.
For the grand final parade and stuff.
So who are you picking for the flag?
Richmond.
Who do you want to win the flag?
West Coast.
Right. Who do I
Brisbane.
think... Yeah, so we can get Collingwood versus Richmond still?
Yes.
Yep. I think that could be the grand final. What would I like? I'd like to see West Coast versus anybody. And I'd like West Coast to win. Failing that, Pies, believe it or not. I know that's really sad.
No, I've got a soft spot for them. Yep. I'm with you there.
If anyone watched the Inside was it the Collingwood one?
Yeah, it was great on the
really
ABC.
good.
It was fantastic.
That really gave a really good insight of how people can change.
It actually,
if that's what they want to do to get the best out of themselves.
That's right. It actually gave me goosebumps.
Well, what I saw in there is I don't think Brodie Grundy's coming back to SA.
Oh no, highly loves Nathan Buckley.
Yeah, but I don't know, just the way he spoke and the things he likes to do and everything.
Things might change.
I think he's too progressive for Adelaide. I like him. I liked it. I thought he's very
different
deep.
cat. I like it. He's very deep. Very deep.
Fascinating.
But if he wins a premiership with them,
yeah, you never know.
It might be. No, I've done my bit. I want to go home now.
Yeah, depending on what's bringing him back in.
But yeah, he's at uni and.
Yeah.
No, he's an interesting character.
Good.
He's a good person.
And I learned a lot more about Treloar.
He wears his
seems
heart on his sleeve.
And he suffers with anxiety and everything else like that. I like their openness and honesty. I thought that was really really not confronting. That would have been tough for him to get up and talk about that, and which he did. Which I commend him for.
Openly.
Yep,
very openly.
Commend him for it because there's plenty of young players trying to get through the system that are being caught up in that and are often too scared to talk about it. Yep. And then they'll turn to other things.
That's right. And that's the whole speaking up and being vulnerable within a group.
Exactly. Got very serious there.
Yes, we're getting quite deep too.
Oh, very much now. I suppose we get back to some other crap then, just to keep ourselves going. Does JJ stay?
No.
Because he wasn't on our list of rumours, but that's gone very quiet.
Essendon.
Yeah, I've heard they're sniffing around there.
But that's toot.
Yeah, that's just people, And then the Crouch boys, we've heard that. Brad's asking for 5 years. I do 3+2, but, like I'm the list manager. But I think you're not going to make total list changes until they know what's happening at the end of the review.
If the coach is going to be coaching,
and the players might want to know. The players want to know who's going to be here and who's not, because that might influence their decision whether to stay or go. Correct?
Correct.
So we'll have to wait and see how that pans out. Is there anything else?
Did we do our tips?
Oh, yeah, we could do our tips. Who are you tipping?
I'm going to tip West Coast over the Cats.
Well, you have to because you've backed them in. I'm going West Coast just because I want them to win. And you've went for Brisbane over Giants?
Yep.
I'd like to see Brisbane win. Just got a feeling about the Giants, though.
Have you? Up there?
I know, right?
Up at the Gabbatoir?
Yeah, right. I know, even I'm surprised, but I'll back it in.
I'm going Lions, so you're going Giants.
Yeah, I'll go Giants, but I want the Lions to win.
So
keep the fairy tale alive. But I think whoever wins, it's probably the last
I think it's going to be a Collingwood-Richmond grand final.
That's what everyone's sort of saying, but that's all Victorian, so let's hope that it's...
Come on, West Coast. It's over to you, buddy.
Lions, West Coast, or Giants, West Coast. Man, wouldn't that upset them over there? They'd forget there was football for a week.
Yeah, they would. They would, actually.
I would
just
love
like
it.
when they at West Coast and Sydney grand finals.
Love it. They had great grand finals.
They were, actually. They were decided by less than a goal.
Yep, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Both 05 and 06.
Yes, that's the ones. Well, anyway, I think we've caught up for now.
Yeah, we have. We'll be back.
Crack another potty when we've got more news and things to update you on.
And 2020 is looming, Ali.
It is. But let's get through the review, the trade period, the draft. There's a lot happening. And
Women's
never
team.
forget Vontae Mack and give me Putney.
Give me Putney.
We'll be watching Draft Day again and Moneyball.
Holding each other's hands.
Yeah, going in for it. Yeah. Let's see what we've got at the end of it all. And I'm sure I'll mention that 1,000 times, but it gets me excited. Hashtag it out. But anyway, we'll finish off. I'll do another rendition of Chappy, shall I?
Yeah, I think you should.
It in there just before the end of the older
TwoCrowsS03Ep podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we'll be back shortly with some more information, stuff.
As it comes
news.
to hand.
Yes, absolutely. It's a good night from me.
And it's a good night from her.
Catch you later.
Tiddly what?
Bye.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. The review is here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. I'm still the chair and I don't care, baby, by the way.
You know why? Why?
Because I'm Chappy, clap along if you feel that your fans have hit the roof. Because I'm Chappy, clap along if you know just what you'll have to do. Because I'm Chappy, shut your mouth if you don't. You'll end up just like a roo.
Brought to you by Two Crows